Hey guys, morning. Let me go ahead and set up this room real quick and then we can get started. Market opens in about 5 minutes, so I got to rush this a little bit. Today is July 1st. It's the first of the month. So first of the month is usually kind of iffy in the market. You'll see how the market moves. It moves a little different. It's either going to be very volatile, it's going to be very slow. Odds are it's probably going to be very volatile because it is NFP. Let's see how the bias is looking right now. It looks bullish to me, or I don't know, we'll have to check. To see, what our bias would be on the technical side. I mean, looking here on the 10-minute, looks like, price is starting to shift up, but we'll see. Anyways, let's see. Everything here is all set up. Just go on and get the Zoom link to you guys here in the premium. So let's see, we got this right here. There's a Zoom link for you guys. So 11 people into the room right now. All right, cool. All right, morning, everybody. So I'm setting up the room right now. Market opens in about 4 minutes. Let's check out US 30 once everyone's made the way in, and then we can see what the bias is for this morning. There's a lot of news today, guys, so be careful with your trades. I'm not even sure if I'm going to trade today. I was just on to see if there's any possible breakouts, but I mean, other than that, I think for the most part, it's going to be a little too risky to be trading throughout the day. Over here. Got that sent out. Places. All right, so it is now 6:27 right now. Let me just pull this up real quick to see what we got here. All right, so it's 6:27 right now. Price is above the pivots. The trend meter is red, so it's kind of iffy right now for US 30. Going on the 3-minute over here, price is above the pivots. The trend meter is green. And lastly, on the 1-minute, price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. So looking at this right here from the 10-minute, 3-minute, and 1-minute. For the most part, it looks like it has a bullish bias. I mean, we'll have to see how the market opens in the next 2 minutes, before we decide to take anything. So just looking at this here, I mean, it has a bullish bias. It's not a very strong bullish bias on the technical side, but it's, we'll see what happens when the market opens. Yeah, let's see Kel over here. Morning, bro. Kel said, morning, brother. Got an order block resting below with a bullish bias. Exactly. Nice, Kel. Because I kind of saw that too right here, right? Is this what you're looking at down here? Around this area, it seems like there's an order block right below current prices. I mean, there's one over here as well. So there's a couple areas that I'm looking at, where I could kind of see the bounce from. The bounce from there. And also the bounce from here. But we'll see. I'm not going to base it off that. I'm going to wait until the market opens. We got 50 seconds till market opens. Looking at this over here, this hasn't updated yet. Neither has the actual index over here. So that's pretty much what we'll be waiting for right now. And we'll see what happens from there. So morning, Active. Morning, Peter. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Kel. Morning, Zachary. Morning, Kyle. Morning, Martin. Morning, Miles. Morning, Mark. Morning, Sharon. Morning, Adrian. Morning, Dave. Morning, Sabra. Morning, EW. Morning, Donnie. Morning, William. Morning, Maddie. Morning, everybody. So we're just waiting for the market to open. We got about 20 seconds till market opens right here. And then we're going to determine where the bias is. I mean, on the technical side, we have a bullish bias, but we're going to have to see what happens when the market actually opens in the next 10 minutes. All right. Morning, Semtex. Morning, Donovan. Morning, Wesley. Morning, Taranjeet. Morning, everybody. Yeah, we have a lot of news this morning. So we'll see what happens from here. All right, so we have the market finally open. Let's see, what is the bias here? It is bullish. So the fundamentals are bullish right now. We'll see what happens from here. But I mean, for the most part, it does look bullish. So it's pretty bullish over here. Reason for that is that it is currently up 84 points. So you can see right there, it's up 84 points, but it's barely moving. This thing hasn't moved at all. What we'll be looking for is a possible buy signal. If we get a buy signal over here, then it's going to confirm the bullish move. And then from there, we can take an entry for a buy scalp using the, the breakout entry. So we don't have that buy signal yet. We have about 14 seconds left on this candle. If it closes, then it's going to be an entry for a buy. We got about 5 seconds. 2, 1, no signal. All right, this next candle over here might be the entry. So you can see right there, it had a pending buy, but it disappeared. So we'll see where it goes from here. Like I mentioned, we're in no rush. There's a lot of news this morning. So we're being a little careful today, which I recommend everybody do. So we got 40 seconds left on this candle. If this candle right here closes with the buy signal, it's a strong bullish candle, then we'll take it for a buy. If not, we're just gonna have to wait for that confirmation. Looking over here, it is very bullish. It's almost up 100 points, but you can see price is barely moving. It's actually going down. So it's doing the opposite of what it should be doing, because the fundamental side is actually very bullish. This is why we wait, and this is why we we confirm it before we enter the trade. So just looking at this right here, there's just no entry available yet. Once we're done with this breakout, I'll go look at the news and I'll show you guys exactly what I mean about the news today. It's a very heavy news day, so just keep that in mind. I think OPEC is all day today. Damn, look at this huge drop right here. This is very unusual for it to be dropping like this, because if you look at the index here, dude, it's up like 60 points. The actual stock index right here is mostly green, so it's outweighed by the green stocks. Plus the overall daily index is up like 85 points. So there's no reason for it to be dropping right here, but obviously you can see it is dropping. So this is clear market manipulation. You can see some people entered the buy, because they probably saw the fundamentals. They're like, oh, it's super green, so it's going to have to keep shooting up, right? It did the complete opposite. It dropped down right here and probably stopped out a lot of people. So it dropped down about like 500 pips, almost 600 pips, which doesn't really make any sense, right? Because the fundamentals over here are green. It's green on the daily. It's also green on the futures over here, the monthly futures, and it's green right here on the actual stock index. So everything is pretty green for the most part. So there's no reason for it to be coming down. You can see the biggest red stock here is Walgreens. It's covered by United Health because it's up 3 points, but it's down 3 points here. Likewise for Chevron, it's up a point. Dow's up a point. Procter & Gamble's up a point. Honeywell's up a point, Home Depot's up a point, JP Morgan's up a point. Looking at the red stocks over here, these are not very red. They're barely anything red there. You look here at the overall daily, 63 points in the green, but it's still dropping, right? So when you see something like that, it's better for you guys not to trade and to sit out the market until it actually swings back up. Because if the fundamentals are green, then this is probably going to swing up eventually. They're just trapping they're trapping traders in here. So let's see where the retail traders are. Retail traders are 59% short. This indicates to me that we're going to have a strong bullish move. I see a slingshot move happening at some point. The reason for that is that they're trying to trap more sellers, because more retail traders are short right now, 59%. So what I see happening right here is the fundamentals show bullish bias. The technicals show bullish bias overall. And the retail traders are chasing that bearish drop right there. So a lot of these retail traders don't follow the fundamentals. They just see technicals where they think it's going to come down. They see like a big drop here and they're like, oh, it has to drop, right? That's usually what's not going to happen. What's probably going to happen here is it'll probably drop down to, let me draw some zones down here. All right, so what I kind of see happening right here is I probably see it dropping to one of these zones down here, or probably not that zone. This zone over here. I probably see it dropping down to this zone down here or somewhere near it, around that area, because there's going to be two areas right here. All right, so check this out. This is kind of what I see happening. I see price reaching one of these support areas right here and then bouncing all the way up. Because the fundamentals here, if you look at the fundamentals, it's bullish, right? It's up. Well, it's not up that much anymore, but it was up like 80 points. It was up 100 points. And also the retail traders are short. So you want to be opposite of retail short traders. 59% of people are short. That's a majority of retail traders right there. So what I think is going to happen here is this will probably bounce around this area. I think they're going to trap some sellers, and then it's probably going to bounce off it and just slingshot all the way back up. But we'll see. I mean, we really don't know what's going to happen, but I don't think the market makers, institutions are going to push price at the majority of retail traders, right? They're not going to make money that way. They make money by stopping all these people out. So we'll see what happens from here. But I mean, the bias right now is not good at all. It's I mean, it's still green over here. The futures are still very green as well. Futures is still up 80 points. The daily is up 40 points. The stock index right here is pretty green for the most part. But I mean, we'll have to wait and see what happens right here. The only red stock is Walgreens. You can see obviously these green stocks right here outweigh these red stocks. So I don't really expect it to hold up very long, but we'll see what happens in the next couple minutes or so. But yeah, there's no breakout entry, so we're skipping the breakout. I'll check the news right over here. So the news for this morning, we have OPEC all day. We have a bank holiday for Canada. We also have the Challenger job cuts. We have final manufacturing PMI in the next 10 minutes. This is going to affect the market most likely. ISM PMI is going to affect it 100%. So there's a lot of news, this morning. I think we're going to wait until after 7 to take some possible scalps after the PMI news is out. But other than that, we'll we'll just take it as it comes. So just be what I recommend, guys, is just be patient and be careful. I definitely don't want to be on the sell side. Like if the bias is this strong, if there's this many retail traders on one side, see how it's growing. It was 58%, now it's 61%. As it continues to grow like this, they're just trapping more retail traders. They're not like, just use your common sense. And like institutions aren't going to make money if retail traders are winning, right? They're just giving them like, a little, what do you call this? They're giving them like a little incentive to enter these sells here. But I don't think it's going to keep dropping. I think it'll drop for a while, but then I think eventually it's going to swing up to pretty much stop everybody out. So we'll see this right here. As this number continues to grow, people just continue to grow on the short side. But when you least expect it, it's just going to skyrocket back up. So you can see the big wicks on the bottom. You can see it's starting to push up. Not really trying to mess with it when this is happening. See this big wick right here? It's a huge wick. Let's see what Jeff mentioned. All right, so Jeff gave me some levels over here. Let me go ahead and just put them on the chart. Let's see. So let me see this Jeff over here. He's got a couple levels. Let's see, horizontal line. Let's see what his thing is. All right, so Jeff got this at 34,601. We got this at 34,435. All right, so these are the zones that Jeff has marked up. If you guys know Jeff, he's a lot more familiar with trading stocks, so he kind of has these little zoned areas drawn out. So let me see what we got over here. Cool. So these are Jeff's zones over here. Looks like it just bounced off that resistance that he had up there. But you can see the huge wick right here, right? This is exactly what I was just talking about. See this huge wick? Let's go on the 1 minute. See the huge wick and the push back up? This is exactly why I don't want to mess with the short side, because it might just skyrocket all the way back up, because they're going to stop out all the retail traders who pretty much chase that move right there. You can see it's up 61% short. Basically, whoever entered here for a short, because you saw that number increase down here, right? Whoever entered this short is going to get stopped out. There's going to be stop losses right here. So I see a lot of volatility right here, or liquidity actually. So when price reached this area right here, it hits some liquidity, probably again up here at the other swing, and then lastly up here. So I'm not really going to mess with it. We do have news coming up in about 4 minutes or 5 minutes, so I'm not going to get into any trades until after 7. So we got final manufacturing PMI. in about 5 minutes. And then in 15 minutes or 20 minutes, actually, we have ISM manufacturing PMI. So just keep that in mind. Those are most likely going to, affect the market. All right, cool. So we'll see where it goes from here. I'm not going to enter anything yet. I'm going to wait until the news is over. So we'll be chilling for the next 20 minutes. If you guys have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. I'll keep analyzing and I'll keep updating you guys as to what I see here. But for the most part, I'm not inclined to take any sells because this number keeps increasing. This is a good thing. We want to be trading the opposite of the majority here. So we're pretty much waiting for this to play out from here. Arthur said, did you see that it's restricted event? I have too much shares, can't trade for the next 50 minutes. I don't think so. Arthur, let me check real quick. You can only trade, you can't trade like 5 minutes before and after a news event. I don't, where'd you get the hour from, Arthur? I've never seen that. I've never heard of that before, where you can't trade for a whole hour. Yeah, 2 minutes before and 2 minutes after, but I don't think you're not restricted for the entire hour. Let's see. So I'm looking at the economic calendar right now. Yeah, you can only, so it's restricted in the next what is this? Oh, you could trade it. It's not really restricted. It's yellow. So I'm looking at it right now. It's a yellow event, so it's not really restricted. The only restricted one is Governor Bailey, which is later today, like in 5 hours. But I don't see anything here, Arthur, for. Yeah, there's. Let me just pull it up for you guys up real quick. Yeah, there's no. Oh, this one right here. So you're talking about the. I don't know why this one is. Yeah, the only one restricted is in the next 50 minutes, but you could trade around these areas. These aren't restricted over here. So everything else here is fine. It's just this one down here in the next 47 minutes. I think there might be confusion for you, Arthur. You could trade, you just can't trade 2 minutes before and after. But this is like in the next hour or so. So it's got a long while to go. And we usually don't trade on the news anyways. We wait for the news to pass. So we should be fine. All right. All right, cool. Going back to the charts over here, you can see how it shifted all the way up. It did exactly what I just said, right? I said it was going to trap the sellers and it was going to shoot all the way up. And look what happened. If these people over here enter this sell down here, they're probably stopped out at this point. They got stopped out right there. There was liquidity right here. You see this big green candle? This is liquidity because everyone's stop losses got triggered. There's another area of liquidity either right here or right here. So around these areas, when price reaches these points, it's going to have a bunch of liquidity. And that's why you see that big green candle right there, because it stopped everyone out who had their stop loss in this area right here at the previous swing, right? Some people like to have tight stop losses. This is why we don't use tight stop losses, because you'll get caught in this move like this right here. So you can see the big bullish move right there. That's exactly why I did not enter any sells. It's doing exactly what we thought over here. So the seller is still in the market. 61% of people are still short. So I still anticipate this to keep pushing up. Looking over here on the fundamental side, it's still pretty green for the most part. It's 46 points in the green. The future side as well, it's up 44 points. Stock market right here, I mean, the entire index is for the most part green. So as you guys can see, my analysis from earlier is playing out perfectly fine. I probably should have just bought down there because it did exactly what I thought would happen. But we have news coming up in about a minute. So we have final manufacturing PMI in 1 minute, and then we have ISM manufacturing PMI at 7. So I'm just going to wait. But as you guys can see, if you guys waited and anticipated this, it pretty much played out exactly how we thought it would. What's up, Marcus? Morning, Al. Morning, Peter. Yeah, Peter said stop loss hunting. Activity said sell only, I think, like day before yesterday. Yeah, I mean, majority of people are earning sells, but like I mentioned, that was a trap right there. The trap pretty much played out exactly how we thought it would. There's areas of liquidity right here, so I do see this probably spiking up even more. See that this big liquidity area. Reason for this liquidity is because people have their stop losses placed right here. When people get their stop losses triggered, it pushes price up. Again, over here, they have another area of stop losses where I'm anticipating right here. So when price reaches this point right here, you're going to see some liquidity. See this big green candle? It's triggering all the stop losses right now. So it's on a stop loss hunt up. I mean, technically you could trade this, but it's, it's risky. It's not something that I would mess with. I'm very careful with the trades I take. I don't take any random trades or any risky trades that are just maybes. I only take trades that I know are for sure going to hit. So areas of liquidity right there. It's trying to push up higher. Let me scroll up real quick. All right, cool. Miles said, what if you're already in a trade, you have to close out before the news hits? No, you could hold trades throughout the news, Miles. You just can't enter a new trade during that time because they don't want people gambling with the accounts on FTML, right? Some people gamble, they just trade news when you don't really know where price is going to go. Because if you know where price is going to go, you just buy before the news hits, right? But some people like to gamble, and they just like to buy before news and exit before the news ends, or within the first few seconds, and they just want to prevent that because if you do that, slippage can occur. They can end up losing a lot of money if you're trading a funded account. But all right, so we're looking at this over here. You can see the areas of liquidity right here, but I definitely see it pushing up higher and higher. So looking at this now, I think we're just looking for some scalps. We didn't have a breakout entry. I'll turn on my alerts right here. So this looks pretty solid. Let me go over here to the 10-minute. I'm going to go ahead and draw my zones to identify if there's any possible snipe entries here. So I got that zone right there. Got this zone right here. All right, I got another zone down here. So I got one right there. And then last, I got one right over here. All right, I'm going to turn this off real quick. All right, so we have a bullish bias here, obviously. You can see it's doing exactly what I just mentioned, right? So these areas of liquidity right here, you can see where it's starting to push up. We're probably gonna see a bullish move up from here. So it's doing exactly what we thought, right? This is why it pays to be patient, guys. If you guys hopped into that sell, I mean, it's unfortunate because whoever hopped into the sell and followed, all of the FOMO right here, you probably would have gotten stopped out because this thing pushed up. Let's see. This thing's pushed up almost 1,000 pips now. So whoever hopped into that sell and chased that move right there, they're getting stopped out right now as we speak. Going over here to the fundamental, the sentiment, you can see it went from 61% to 59%, right? Looking at this right here, those people are getting stopped out. So that's why the numbers is decreasing, because all the retail traders who are short, they're getting stopped out right now. It's on a stop loss hunt, right? See that big liquidity right there? I probably could have taken trades right here too. I could have taken trades right here. I could have taken trades right here, but I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just going to wait for an actual entry to appear. So yeah, Maddie just said there's an entry here on the 3-minute. I mean, technically it's an entry right there, but we have news coming up, so I'm not going to take it. If you guys want to take it, you guys can take it at your own risk, but I'm not going to take it because the news is coming up. Well, the news just passed, and there's another news event coming up in a few minutes. Yeah, so final manufacturing PMI was negative. It wasn't that far negative. It was 62.6. They were projecting it to not move. It was actually a little less. So instead of 62.6, it was 62.1. We have flash manufacturing PMI coming up at 7, and that's going to be the one of the news events right there. That's probably going to affect the market. This is the big one right here. This is the one that's restricted, natural gas storage. So that's one that you guys should be looking out for. This, like I mentioned right here, this could technically be an entry, but I'm not going to take it because of the news. So we got news in about 10 minutes. I mean, we'll follow this and we'll see if it plays out. What I recommend is you guys be careful. Don't just hop into trades right now. Or if you guys do, use proper risk management or use a smaller lot size. So you don't put too much at risk, because you don't want to get caught in any of these whipsaw moves. So if this candle right here closes above, then my bias is going to switch back to a bullish bias. But we need this candle right here on the 10-minute to close above. The reason why I don't want to take any buys yet is that this 10-minute candle is still below the pivots. So with that said, it's still indicating somewhat of an indecisiveness. So right here, you can see price closed above the pivots. So now we're looking for buys at this point. I might enter this for like a small lot size and just try to ride it up. I mean, technically I want to, but the news is coming up in 10 minutes. So I'm just going to sit out. I'm not going to mess with it. I'll just watch it, but won't be entering it myself. All right. So looking at the fundamentals over here, it's up 73 points. So it's very bullish right now. Once it gets above 100 points, it's going to be very bullish. On the fundamental side right now, it's pretty bullish, but it's not necessarily. You can see it's outweighing all the red stocks now, right? United Health is up 4 points. Visa's up almost 2 points. Chevron's up 1.4 points. Nike's up 1.2. The red ones here are Walgreens, Goldman Sachs, Caterpillar, Microsoft, Walmart, McDonald's, but they're not very red, just somewhat. And this is why I don't want to take the trade, right? Because the news is coming up. News just passed like about 5 minutes ago. There's about another news event coming in about 9 minutes. So, I mean, it could play out, but I'm not going to risk it because the news is coming up shortly. So we'll see where it goes from here. And also keep in mind that OPEC is going on all day. I think the OPEC meeting is actually going on right now. So this is basically they discuss oil here at the OPEC meeting. So this is all day, and then they have natural gas storage, which is going to coincide with the OPEC meeting at 7:30. So we'll see where it goes from there. But we're just, I mean, at this point, we're just waiting. It looks like it came down for a retest. Probably bounce off this right here. See the retail traders. All right, so there's still a good amount of retail traders in the market. What I kind of see happening is I see this definitely making it up to this area over here. I think when price reaches this area right here, you're going to see a shoot of volatility or liquidity again, because this is where they have their stop losses placed, right? So you can see right there, it's starting to push back up. It bounced off this and now it's pushing back up. When it reaches this point, I see some volatility pushing price even higher. That point right there, and then again right here. So just keep that in mind. It's the same pattern. You just got to, like, where I identify where liquidity is, I identify where people place their stop losses. So for example, if these retail traders are in for a sell, their stop losses are getting placed in areas where, here, I'll just line them up. They usually place them at the previous swings, which, obviously would be right here. And then again, right here, you just have to reverse engineer your thinking, right? If you're on the sell side, where would you put your stop loss? At the previous swing, right? So the thing is, if there's a bunch of stop losses in this area, when price touches this area right here, what do you think happens? All these stop losses get triggered, they switch to buys, and then it pushes volatility up, right? Look, it has a bunch of liquidity right here. It's just a liquidity grab. And it does the same thing here. Once it reaches this point, what happens from that point? You just keep shooting up higher and higher. So that's why you guys see sometimes like a huge action of volatility or liquidity, because stop losses are being triggered. So just keep that in mind. You just have to think of it. You have to think outside the box, right? You can't think like everyone else. If you think like everyone else and you think it's a sell, you're probably going to lose at trading, because majority of people fail at trading. You have to think outside of the box. Looking at so you can see it's 60% short. People are trying to hop back into that short because they think that it's establishing lower highs, right? This is a classic trap right here, guys. Like, I'm sure a lot of people think like, oh, this is a high right here. This is the low. And then they think that this is the lower high, right? But it isn't. Like, people are getting trapped because they're looking at basic price action and they think, oh, it's in a downtrend, but in reality, it's actually swinging back up because it's stopping everybody out. A lot of people don't know how to analyze the charts like this. So what they think is like, oh, it's going to be coming up, coming down, right? Because they think this is a high, low, a lower high. But in reality, this is just areas where people put their stop loss and they're getting stopped out right now as it continues to push up higher. So, I mean, we'll see what happens from here. News happens in 6 minutes. So once the news passes, we can start looking for some scalps in that area. So here's a 3-minute scalp that you were just talking about, Maddie. Like I mentioned, it's probably going to hit, but I'm not going to enter it because of the news. I probably should enter down here. That would be pretty good. If I enter when it dipped down here, Yeah, I'd have been up like 400 pips already. It's all good. I'll have a marker here because you probably took it. I'm not sure if you took it, but I'll just put a marker there so we can get notified when it hits. 3-minute scalp full TP. Yeah, it's too risky, bro. I'm not gonna risk like taking these right here just for a little profit. See, Twan over here took some trades. Let's see what he got over here. Nice. So Twan over here, he took a buy and a sell both ways. He took made about 373. Nice work, Twan. And then over here as well. So we made about 152 off here. Yeah, so quick moves right there, guys. Let's see. Looks like Kelvin hopped in for a sell a little earlier. Yeah, so hopefully you pulled out in profit, Kelvin, because now it's shooting all the way back up where we anticipated. Yeah, some of you guys took this sell, I mean this buy right here. Looks like it's about to hit TP. I'm not going to enter because the news is coming in about 4 minutes. But I'll keep there you go, full TP. So it played out exactly like I mentioned, right? I told you guys it was going to come up. Reason I didn't enter is because news is coming up and we can't trade around news time. Unfortunately, I missed the trade, but no, good call on that, Maddie. So I'll just give you guys an update in the chat for whoever caught it. Yeah, it looks like Cheryl caught it right here too. So Cheryl caught the buys that I just mentioned right now. She's up 1,107. So if you guys know the strategy here and you guys are following it as as I teach it to you guys can take these trades on your own. Even though I'm not taking the trade, some of you guys are a bit riskier and you guys will take the trade. So big congrats to you, Cheryl. Let me give you guys a little update over here for the 3-minute, because some of you guys did take it. All right, there you go. For whoever caught it, I didn't catch the trade unfortunately, but it's all good. I'll be waiting for the next one. See, Jerry over here also grabbed it. So a lot of you guys took it here. Jerry took it right here. Jerry's up about 1,818. So this is why it's beneficial that you guys actually know the strategy, right? I prefer that you guys learn the strategy so that you guys can apply it yourself. Because on days like this where I'm being extra careful, some of you guys might want to actually take trades, even though it's risky. So yeah, Jerry said hit the first 3-minute sell of the day, then the first 3-minute buy. So Jerry over here, he took the sell off this right here using the 3-minute strategy. He took the sell right here. He made a full profit off that. That's how he made his first profit over here for 636. And then he took the buy right here that I just mentioned, and then he made another 956. So he's up 1,818. Great work, Jerry. And if you guys are new here and you guys want to learn the strategy, it's completely available to you. Just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 strategy course right here. And from there, you'll get access to these indicators and the strategy videos so that you guys can learn exactly how to apply this on your own. Nice work by Sisuk over here as well. He took the buy that I just mentioned right here on the 3-minute, and he locked in a total of 1,260. Nice work, Sisuk. Yeah, you guys are doing pretty solid. Great work. Hey, Brittany. Looks like Brittany's over here at dinner right now. Dang, dinner over there? I'm assuming you're located somewhere else because I'm like, it's 6:30, 6:50 over here right now, my time in California. But yeah, so we're looking for some possible entries here. News happens in 2 minutes. So we got ISM manufacturing PMI right now in about 2 minutes. Once this happens, we can start looking for some trades. But the bias is still pretty bullish. Let me check out where the retail traders are. So you can see the number changing, right? It's going from 60 to 59 because whoever hopped into that sell just got stopped out again. Some people just don't learn their lesson. They keep trying to enter these sells, but it's shifting to the buy side. So, just keep that in mind. Rick said I was a retail trader today, but made it back because I listened to K2 trades. Oh man, Rick. Yeah, no, definitely. So Rick, he had a couple losses right here. It looks like he chased those sells and he took a big loss, unfortunately. It happens sometimes. This is why I stick to the strategy and I stick to the plan. So, I mean, it's fine, Rick. You'll get it from that point there. So let's see, Brittany over here too. Brittany's up about 1,000 for the day. Nice work, Brittany. Sorry, I thought I posted this. Yeah, because I saw your picture up here, Brittany. I thought you were like out at dinner. I was like, It's like morning over here in California. So yeah, no, definitely. You guys did pretty good. We're looking for some possible entries now. The news just happened right now, so we'll see what happens from here moving forward. Let me see where we're at. All right. All right, cool. So looking at this right here, you see that big spike down? This is why I wait till after the news, because if you hop into that buy right now or whatever buy, you get caught in this little manipulation right here. See how it's dropping pretty heavy? That's because the final manufacturing PMI is coming out right now. I mean the ISM manufacturing PMI. So yeah, just look at this right here. Let me see where it's at. It's probably updated at this point. So it's forecasting at 61. It's at 60 right now. So it was negative news. That's why you see this big spike down right here. So we'll see what happens once it, once it swings back up. Right here, there's technically actually a snipe entry. So with this right here, there's a snipe entry, even though I wouldn't take it because of the news event that was happening right now. So I'm skipping that. There's just news right now. But this is technically a snipe entry that's running. I'll just mark it up right here. So if anyone wanted to enter, you can put like a buy stop right there and catch it as it swings up. Because I think eventually it's going to swing back up. It's just, it's just a matter of time. So you can see right there, it's starting to swing back up. It's just that spike down right there was a manipulated move down. I'm not going to take this 10-minute, but I'll take some 3 minutes as they swing up. Now that the news is passed, guys, what I'm looking for right here is I'm looking for a retracement down and a swing back up. So once I get a swing back up and I get a buy signal going this direction, I'm going to take the buy. Same here on the 3 minutes, or the 1 minute. So right here, if I get a buy signal, I'll be taking the entry. So we were waiting for the retracement here. Now we just need a buy to swing up from this point here. So let me just take these zones off because they're irrelevant at this point. I'm just looking for a buy signal. Once I get a buy signal, I'll take this for a buy. All right, that's pretty much what we're waiting for right here. We just need that buy signal here. We got about 35 seconds. Let me get my MC4 ready just in case I want to enter something. Carrie, there is no 3-minute time frame on MC4. MC4 is a really outdated platform, so I don't really use it for anything else except for executing the trades. So I just enter and exit trades off MT4, but I don't actually use any of their charting because it's all pretty it's pretty outdated. So we're looking for a possible buy right here on the 1 minute, and then also right here on the 3 minute as well. So if you guys want to trade on the 1 minute, you guys got to remember to be really quick because these moves happen really fast and you guys don't really have time to think about it. At this point over here. So we got about 30 seconds left on this candle right here. If this closes, and I'll enter a buy real quick. I'm going to be in and out pretty quickly. All right, let's see. So the bias here is still pretty bullish. So yeah, it's up 85 points. That's cool. Retail traders are still short. That's cool too. Now we're just waiting for that confirmation for this candle here to close. Once it closes, we can take this for a buy. 3, 2, 1, no entry. So we just need that confirmation, guys. Once we get that confirmation, you can take the trade. There's no confirmation yet, though. Same with the 3 minute here. We want a confirmation, or actually, we're not going to get one yet because the most recent signal was a buy. But the 1 minute here is like our only option at this point. If it's invalid, we're not going to take it. All right, we got 30 seconds here. So Stanley's asking, can you show the 10-minute entry? The 10-minute entry is right there. So if you want to enter this, you can place like a buy stop here, and then you can catch it as it swings up. I wouldn't just enter the buy right here just yet because this can keep dropping. I would enter a buy stop right there at entry point, and then it'll trigger when price swings back up because you don't want to get into early, then you get caught into drawdown. Anyways, going back to the 1 minute over here, no entry. We're just waiting for the signal to confirm it. We haven't had that yet. QD's asking, are these old trades? No, this is live. I mean, it says live right there, QD. It says it's being live streamed right now. So this is real time. These aren't old trades. All right, we're just waiting for it to close over here. Hasn't closed yet. Let's see if there's anything else going on. I mean, the only news that's really going on right now is OPEC and the natural gas that's coming up in about 30 minutes. And we have so much news this morning. So we have news that was pretty much all morning right here. And then we have natural gas at 7:30, which is in about 25 minutes. So just, just keep that in mind. So we're looking right for this to close right here. We had about 4 seconds left. Yeah, that was close. I thought I was going to close with the buy, but it didn't. So I'm still waiting. Nice. Rahil over here, he said small but happy. So Rahil made 240. Yeah, profit's profit, Rahil. Don't it doesn't matter if you made a little bit or a lot of profit. As long as you're in the green for the day, that's really what matters. Jason here as well. Jason's up 2,467. Nice work, Jason. And then again, right here, he's up 2,406. Yeah, nice work, Jason. So a lot of you guys here, if you guys know the strategy and you guys have the indicators, you guys have been, applying it yourself and been making a lot of profits here. Myself, I've been a little careful because of the news and stuff. So that's why I haven't really been taking any risky trades, but I'm trying to enter, a possible 1 minute scalp right here if it does appear. All right. No entry available yet. Still waiting for this to close. Once it closes, we can take it. But right now, so there's the 10-minute right there. Stanley, it's now pushing up in profit. I just need this 1 minute right here at close. Once it closes, I can take this for a nice little scalp. Or I mean, technically I could enter this right here as well if I wanted to. Oh, fuck. Shit, my bad. I accidentally entered the freaking buy. All right, I hope this thing closes right here because I accidentally clicked the button here. So I might have gotten in for a little early. I was trying to move my MT4 over and I accidentally clicked the button, but it's all good. I think it's going to keep pushing up, so it's all good. I accidentally entered a buy position. If this closes, it's cool because I'm waiting for a buy anyways. I just need this to close with a buy signal right there. I mean, if it doesn't, I'll close it out for a small for little risk. I mean, but we're still waiting for that buy right there. So there's no entry that's available yet, guys. I'm just I'm accidentally clicked the button to execute, but I'm still going to be watching it because we're still looking for a buy here regardless. Either way, we're still looking here for a buy. So looking at this here on the snipe entry, I'll set an alert right here so that we can follow this as well on the 10 minutes. So I'm in profit, a couple $100 now. This is going to be 10-minute snipe. One for 250. Just so we can follow this. I'm not in this entry over here at all. It's just, I mean, we're still waiting for a possible entry as well. We haven't had an official entry that's available just yet. Aside from this snipe is it's a risky one. So I'm not taking this one here. I'm looking for an entry here on the 1 minute. So I'm pretty much just waiting for this to provide a buy signal. Once we get that buy signal there, we can take it for a buy, for like an official buy. But yeah, I mean, I accidentally entered position earlier. Gallo, the link for the Zoom is posted where it normally is. So if you look right here, it was posted right here at about 6:26 a.m. in the premium signals group. It was also posted here in the premium chat, and it was also posted here in the trade talk, same time, around 6:20. So if you scroll up, it's right there in all of the all the groups over here, Gallo. If you want to go check it out. So let's see. All right, but yeah, pretty much some pretty decent profits for you guys so far. Let me just wait for this to close out, and then I'll talk to you guys a little more once we man, this market is so slow. It's like you'd expect it to be a bit quicker because it's NFP, but it kind of slowed down a bit. I still have that bullish bias here. We're looking for a buy signal. Once we get the buy signal here on the 1 minute, then this would confirm as a as an actual buy entry. So just keep that in mind. If you guys are looking for or waiting for some sort of entry here, but there's no entry that came up yet. It's just, everything's pretty much just pending at this point. Hey, Lamar, morning. Yeah, Mark, that's correct. It's 50-50 for these snipes. But I'm not in that position. So, if you're taking that position, remember, take that at your own risk. I'm waiting here for the 1 minute to shoot up. I mean, eventually it's going to switch up, but it's just a matter of time. Looking at this over here, the retail traders are still 60% short. So I'm anticipating some sort of bullish move shortly. Because if more people keep stacking up on these sells, they're just going to keep spiking price higher and higher to stop these short sellers out. So I'm waiting for that buy signal. Once we get that buy signal, then we can possibly take this for a, for a buy scalp. All right. And this is like the slowest I've seen US 30 in a while, especially on a heavy news day like this. Actually, there's news coming up. That's why. So the reason for that right now is because the natural gas storage news is coming out in about 18 minutes. So it seems like a lot of people are just sitting out of the market right now, just waiting for, just waiting for this news to be released, because they're probably expecting a breakout or some sort of big manipulated move when that does come out. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and set. Yeah, so you can see on the 10-minute, this is why I didn't take it, right? Because it's still bouncing around a lot. There's technically an entry here, but I'm not going to take it. I'm just looking on the short time frames, the 1 minute and the 3 minute. Here for the 3 minute, we still need an opposite signal to take a trade. So there's not going to be one coming up soon for the 3 minute. The 1 minute is our only option at this point. Let's see. Let's see if I can find this right here. I'm just going to place this. All right, so you can see right here, it's starting to shift up. So there's the buy signal that we're looking for right there. We just need it to close. Once it closes, we can take the buy, but I mean, right now it's just, it's bouncing around that area. So pretty much at this point, we're just waiting. Once we get that confirmation, we can actually take it. All right. Yeah, no, definitely. So William over here said, just in technicals, Stoch has reset at the bottom on the 1 hour, and RSI is way above 50. So it's showing a bullish confirmation. Yeah, no, definitely. William, I can see that too. So yeah, if it's above the 50, it has that bullish confirmation. There's a lot of bullish confirmations here. The technicals show bullish, the fundamentals show bullish, the retail traders are on the sell side. So all of those things kind of tie together, indicate, there's going to be some sort of bullish move coming up soon. We do have news coming up in 15 minutes. So that's kind of what we're waiting for. But other than that, we're pretty much just looking for and waiting for this to confirm so we can take this for an actual entry. We got 30 seconds left on this candle, and then we have the news coming up in 15 minutes over here. So once this is passed, then we'll have a free area to trade. But if the market keeps moving like this, this isn't necessarily a market that I like to trade in. A reason for that is because there's just a lot of choppiness, a lot of uncertainty. If you guys remembered how I drew stuff up for you guys before. Like basically, the way that you can see if the market's moving right is if you mark up 630, right? When the market opened right here, you'd have to see if it's like moving in a bullish. Sorry, let me go back over here. Okay. You want to see that it's moving directional, right? Because generally from market open here up until around like 9 or 10, that area usually has a direction, right? So from 9 up until 10, there's usually direction at that point. If there's no direction, it's going sideways, then at that point, that's when it becomes risky. So let me go back to the 1 minute here. Looks like we're finally going to get a 1 minute scalp. That's about to close. Here's the 10 minute over here, still pushing up for whoever's in it. I'm not in that trade. Well, I guess I technically am because I accidentally entered this one over here too early when I was moving my MT4. But I'm going to be following. Damn, see that big wick right there? It's just bouncing back and forth. So there goes the entry. Yeah, no entry yet. I mean, it's literally just bouncing back and forth at this point, which is kind of annoying. I kind of want to just get out of the trade at this point. We'll see. So I'm slightly in profit right now because I entered accidentally earlier. I'm in profit a couple $100. I'm just tempted. I'm like debating if I should just close it out. If this closes, I'll probably just write it up to this TP and then we should be good. All right, we got 30 seconds left on this candle. We need this candle to close strong bullish. Once it closes strong bullish, then we'll probably see that breakout to the upside. And this thing's really bouncing around that area. We got about 15 seconds left on this candle. Let me go over here real quick. Retail traders are on the short side. That's perfectly fine. This is exactly what we want. We want to be trading the opposite of them. So if retail traders on the short side, we're going to be on the long side. Oh man. Jeez, every signal, I mean, every candle, there's a pending signal that doesn't close. So still watching it. All right. Still pending right here on the 10 minutes, still pushing up slightly. Let me look at the fundamental side. Fundamental size up 92 points, 86 points. That's pretty bullish. Looking at the actual stock index over here for the US 30, very bullish. Looking at the futures data, very bullish. It's up 80 points. So everything, I mean, it's pointing towards the upside. It's just, it's just a matter of time till it actually closes up. So we got about 10 seconds left on this candle. We'll see if it actually closes with a bullish entry, but see, yeah, Paul mentioned that it's an ascending. Okay, there we go. So there's an entry right here for the snipe. If anyone wants to take this 1 minute, I'm currently in it already and I'm in profit because I entered early on accident. When this reaches TP, I'm just going to close out. So I'm in profit already. Let's push this up. All right. I see an area of liquidity right here too, because people probably have their stop losses placed around this area. So when it reaches this point, it's probably going to shoot up pretty high, or it might swing back down. So just keep that in mind. Once it reaches a TP area right here, it's gonna hit some liquidity in either direction. So when it reaches that point, I'm probably going to close out in profit. I'm not going to risk it. So there we go as it pushes up. There we go. It's a little higher. There we go. I'm out. So full TP off that trade right there. I'm gonna delete this, or it's gonna trigger regardless. But there you go, guys. Full TP off that 1 minute scalp right there. I'll show you guys my profits. Give you guys a little update. I'll just delete this so we don't get confused when it swings. It's going to trigger it. There you go. Fuck, man. It's still bouncing around that area. Okay, well, whatever. It hit TP because I'm already out of profit. But I will. I'll send you guys the update right here. All right. And that thing's really bouncing around that area. I'm just going to delete this or whatever. I'll leave it there for now. But we're already out of that trade. So hopefully you guys executed. Like I mentioned, I said there's going to be a lot of liquidity there, right? It triggered the TP and then it came down because there's liquidity right there. That's where stop losses are being placed. So we're out of this trade. We're done with that. You guys should exit in profit if you guys are still in it. But I think most of you guys are already out. So Mike over here, Mike took that trade too. He locked in 88. Nice work, Mike. Rick over here too. He took the buy as well. He locked in 713 for the day. Twan over here, he took the buy as well. Locked in 788. Nice work, Twan. And you guys are killing it. So nice work amongst everyone here. You guys are doing great. Rick too right there. Kyle over here too. Kyle locked in 282. Nice work, Kyle. So whoever took that buy with me, you guys locked in some pretty nice profit off that. Patricia here as well. Patricia's up 1,440. Nice work. Yeah, Patricia said, got something today. Market looks really sketchy. Yeah, I agree. Nice. Miles over here too. Miles said made a little change. Miles made about 105. Nice work, Miles. So yeah, you guys did pretty solid so far. Patricia here again, 1,440. So you guys did pretty solid. Jay over here, Jay locked in almost 1,000. He's up to 784. Nice work. So he just started his challenge. He should be funded within the next couple of days or so. So great work, everybody. You guys did pretty solid. Okay, so let me go ahead and just copy this over here real quick. So that you guys can get the little updates. Nice intraday as well. Up pretty heavy right there. I'll let your photo load. All right, let me just send my profits. I made a small profit off it, nothing too crazy. I just got in and out. Market's like super sketchy today. So just be careful, guys. If you guys continue to trade today, we have news coming up in 8 minutes. So I'm going to be waiting for that news to pass before I enter anything new. But I'm up like about a little over 1,000 for today across both of my accounts. So we got that. So here's what I locked in. I locked in 549 off my first account. My second account, I locked in 690. So in total, it's a little over 1,000, maybe about 1,200. Off K² US 30. Yeah, so nothing crazy, guys. I mean, I'm being careful today. It's, like I mentioned, it's a heavy news day, so it's not really the day to be taking some unnecessary risk, right? So we got this right there. This right there. And it's right there. All right, cool. So yeah, you guys did pretty good so far for the most part. Yeah, nice work intraday. You too. Those profits right there. All right, cool. So yeah, everyone's doing pretty solid so far. Let's see, Twan here as well. He locked in another one. So Twan over here has multiple accounts actually. So on his other account, he made about 800. On his second account, he made about 200, 171. So definitely nice work amongst everyone here. Yeah, other than that, if you guys have more profits you guys want to send over to me, go ahead and send them over. And then I will add them to the list for the profit post a little later today. So we're just waiting for the next entry. We're looking for another retracement here. We're going to catch it as it swings up, and then we'll catch profits off that trade. So right here, that's fine. We want an opposite signal there so that we can take the buy when it when it ends up going the other direction. So looking at that here, same with the 3 minute. We want this retracement here so that we can catch it as it swings back up. All right. Other than that, yeah, no, definitely intraday. It's cool. Eunice said as a breakout strategy, also applicable to the DAX. I personally don't use it, but if you want to try, I mean, there's other people here who use it, Eunice. So like people use the same breakout strategy for other indexes. They use it for NASDAQ. They use it for UK 100. They use it for the DAX. I haven't used it myself, so I can't really say how it's moving. But generally, yeah, it would basically work. It just depends on what time frame you're or what time you're trading it. Like if you're trading a European asset, you should probably trade on London Open, which is midnight my time. I don't know if it works necessarily as good during New York session because it's the market's already open. I would say on London Open, that would be the best time for you to apply it. Nice. Rolling got out in profit rather than wait until this news passes. Yeah, same here. News happens in about 5 minutes, so we'll see what happens at that point. Donnie said, Shawn, how's the 10-minute looking? I mean, it's still at entry point. It hasn't really done anything. It's just been bouncing around that area. But, keep in mind that there is actually more entries that are developing right here. Snipes. There's actually like 1, 2, 3, 4 snipes that are available right here from all of these rejections. So it's just, it's probably just gonna keep pushing up slightly, but I'm not going to play around with it. The news is coming up in about 5 minutes. So not really a place that I want to be in when news happens. So once we get another buy signal here, it's going to provide for another buy entry. But, like I mentioned, news is coming up, so I'm not really going to risk it. Same here at the 3-minute. No entry here yet, but we do have news coming up shortly. And I think it's restricted news too. So, and we can't really trade it anyways. We can't trade it from 2 minutes before or 2 minutes after. Nice. Paul said May 2000 had my TPs higher, but the market was being weird. Yeah, I know exactly, Paul. I mean, it's kind of smart for you to just pull out at some point, because you don't want to get caught in this movement right here where price is kind of moving very unusually. Looking at the retail traders, there's still 60% of people short. This is fine because now we're still looking for buys here, right? We don't want to trade in the direction of these retail traders. Let's see, Semtex over here. Nice work, bro. So Semtex took odd CAD and US 30. Looks like he was applying strategy himself. So he locked in some pretty nice profit here off odd CAD. Total wins, no losses. And then a nice win off that US 30 that we took earlier for $223 right there. So nice work, Semtex. Congrats, guys. Brittany here as well. Brittany's up 1,651. Man, unfortunately, you took that loss right there. Brittany, if you didn't take that loss, you'd be up to 2,000 right now. So great work still overall. Some more profit to come. All right, so this is exactly why we didn't want to enter the trade right before news, right? See how it's dropping down? Now we just got to wait for it to swing back up. Yeah, John, I don't think so either. I mean, it's not major news for US 30, but it'll still affect it. The thing is, you have to think about the other companies that are affected by natural gas, right? If you look at the index over here, there's subsidiary companies within the companies that are within the Dow 30, right? So even though it doesn't affect it directly, there's other companies here which it does affect. I'm not sure what it would affect. Maybe Caterpillar, maybe Johnson & Johnson for whatever vaccines they're making, Procter & Gamble. All these medical companies, they have some sort of tie to natural gas, right? Boeing, of course, Amgen probably, I don't know. There's, even though it doesn't have to do with the stock directly, a lot of these companies have subsidiary companies or they own different companies that have to deal with gas, like Chevron. Chevron's one of them as well. So, just keep that in mind. If this is why we generally don't trade at all when there's news, even though it's not directly correlated with what's going on, we still don't trade. Like, for example, trying to see if there's anything else here that could have affected it. But, there's different news, like there's Canadian news that'll probably affect, like the Canadian housing market news came out a couple of weeks ago, and that actually affected, like once that news was released, the Dow 30 actually spiked. So just keep that in mind. Just because it's not directly correlated, it can be correlated indirectly. So looking at this right here, there's no entry available yet. It doesn't look like there's going to be entry available anytime soon, actually. Going to the 3-minute, this is perfectly fine because now we have this retracement. We just need it as it swings back up right here. Looking at the retail side, still 60% short, so that's fine. Looking at the fundamental side, it's still up 60 points. Future side up about 80 points. So it's still pretty bullish overall. We just got to wait for it to, swing back up when we get the, the opportunity. Gallo, if you go to any of the groups here, so let's see, Gallo said, sorry to be the nagging one today. Unfortunately, I only received YouTube at that time. Went back and checked. Gallo, I'm showing you like right on the screen. If you're in these groups, you have the link there. This isn't only sent to certain people. If you're in the group, it's right there, Gallo. 626 Zoom link right there, right in the premium signals channel. Here in the premium chat, if you go to 626, the Zoom link's right there. This isn't only sent to certain people. If you're in the group, it's there. It's like impossible to miss because if you scroll up, it's right above the YouTube. So like right here, make sure that you're looking in the proper group, Gallo. I think you might be looking in the wrong group possibly, but if you look here, I mean, it's in all the groups, so there's no way to miss it if you're in these groups here, in all the premium groups, right? You're probably looking in the public group. It's not in the public group because it's not for the public. It's only for the premium members. So Gallo, make sure you're looking in the premium groups here for the link. All right, let me just check over here real quick. Maddie said, would it be good to enter the 10-minute right now? I wouldn't enter it right now. Maddie. Donovan said, Gallo, you're being that guy. Are you high? This is my first cousin, y'all. No, it's all good, Donovan. I think Gallo's just looking at the wrong group. So Gallo, just make sure you're looking at the premium group. Greg, make sure you're looking at the premium group because I think you're looking at the public group. It's not in the public groups. So this is probably what you see right here, right? There's no Zoom above it because it's not for the public groups. It's only in the premium group. So just make sure you're looking in the proper groups. I think that might be your issue right there, but it's all good, Greg or Gallo, whatever you call by. Just make sure you're looking in the premium. Right here, I'll just make it easy for you, Gallo. I'll send it to you. Here, I'll just forward it over to you. There you go, bro. So I just forwarded the message over to you, Gallo, so you can find it on the Telegram. So I sent it directly to you. All right, so we are waiting for this entry. There's no entry available yet, but we're looking for this to swing up. Once it swings up, we'll take that buy. Looking at this right here, same situation on the 1 minute. Just want that to swing up. Brian's asking, can anyone explain what is a confirmation entry? Sorry, but I'm not sure what your question is referring to. I mean, there's different confirmations. If you can be more specific, like what strategy are you talking about? Because we're looking at different time frames here. There's a 10-minute, there's a 3-minute, and there's a 1 minute. So if you're looking for a confirmation on any of these, they're all different. So if you could be like a little more specific with your question, because your question is kind of just open-ended. You're asking what's confirmation entry. I don't know what you're referring to, because there's a lot of different confirmations we're looking at. And I don't know what you mean by confirmation entry, because we don't call anything a confirmation entry. We call it, an actual entry. So if you want to be more specific, I can answer your question. It's just, I don't know what you're referring to. Al's asking, hey, Shawn, can you trade the US 30 all day? And if so, is it opening the only optimal time to trade it? I mean, you can trade it all day, Al. It just depends on, your risk. If you're trading it during off hours, it's going to be riskier. But you can see, so like, for example, I think you were here yesterday, Al. You're like in all the live sessions, right? So during the live session yesterday, I only traded during New York Open, right? So this is what I made yesterday. I made about 4,163 on one account. And then my other account, I made about 3,784. This is all from New York session, right? If you look at other traders here, there's other traders who trade all throughout the day. Like Jay over here, I only took one trade this morning, but Jay took about like 5 trades, right? So he traded all day. Kyle as well, right? Kyle over here, he took like 4 trades. I only took 1 trade. Rick over here, Rick took like a whole bunch of trades all throughout the day. So it's applicable all throughout the day. It's just, it's riskier, right? Like if you look at my trades over here, I don't have any losses. I rarely lose because I just trade during New York session, because that's probably the best time to trade it. But if you want to trade it all throughout the day, it is possible. It's just, you're going to run into some risk. Like Rick over here, he traded, let's see, at 2 a.m. He had a couple losses, but he made it back, right? Like it's possible, but it's not necessarily going to be as accurate, because when you trade during off hours, volatility is low, right? Like you look at Brittany over here. Brittany traded during the off hour. So she traded in earlier before we got on the session. She made some profit, but she had some losses as well. So that's the, that's the main difference there. If you want accuracy, you want to trade on volatility's high. So you probably want to trade between London Open till New York since it overlaps. But other than that, like Harry here, look at Harry. So Harry had a whole bunch of wins here in the morning, but he had a loss over here right before that, right? So he took a trade before we started trading yesterday. He had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 wins, and then one loss here because he traded during off hours. So just keep that in mind, Al. But you can trade, pretty much all throughout the day if you wanted to. Yeah, no problem, Al. Got you. All right, so let me see what else we got over here. There's no entry available yet. We're still waiting for this here to swing up on the 1 minute. Same with the 3 minute here, no entry. On this 10 minute here, this is why we didn't take the 10 minute, because there's a lot of news happening, pushing price around. Let me go over and check the fundamentals real quick. Fundamentals are at 50 points. Retail traders are still on the short side. So 61% of people are short right here. I think it's going to swing back up. It's just going to be a matter of time for it ends up swinging back up. Fatima is asking, hey, Shawn, do you do a one-on-one training for premium subscribers if need be? We don't really do one-on-ones anymore. We do group mentoring sessions. So we don't do that anymore. I mean, it's still offered, but people have to pay per session because I just don't have time to do one-on-ones anymore, guys. Like if you guys joined K2 a while back, I used to do one-on-ones a lot last year and earlier this year, but K2 is growing too big right now, so I don't have time to have one-on-ones with any new members anymore. So we do group sessions, but I don't necessarily do one-on-one sessions anymore, Fatima. But if you really need a one-on-one, message me. You'd have to do it by hour because we just don't have time because we're moving towards we're trying to move K2 towards a prop firm stage where it's not like FTMO where you can just sign up and do a prop firm. We want like the best traders within K2 to trade the K2 capital, where we basically apply the same strategies, but we're all going to be within like a fund with K2. So it's kind of similar to FTMO, but the thing is, we're going to be, it's going to be invite only. It's not going to be where you can just sign up and join K2. Because the thing is, whoever wants to be a prop or whoever gets chosen to be a prop trader with K2, I'm going to be mentoring and training you individually because you'll be trading my money. So obviously I want you guys to win. And I'll be making sure that you guys master all of my strategies here so that you guys can, continue to grow the capital here at K2. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the group here, you can see who's like the best traders in K2, right? You'll see the best traders here locking in profits every single day, like Patricia, right? Patricia's one of them. She locks in a couple thousand a day, right? Rick's there. He's been a lot more profitable lately. But you'll see here exactly who's like profitable consistently. Like Jason, he said, make sure you invite me, Shawn. Yeah, no, exactly. I know exactly who's doing well here in K2. So whoever's doing really well here, you'll get an invite from me to trade my capital. And I will be training you directly to make sure that you are as accurate as me. Because you can see here, I never lose, right? I rarely lose. I lose like 1 or 2 times a month. I want you guys to be on the same level between my capital, so I don't have to trade all day. Basically, we'll have a nice profit split. I provide the capital. You guys trade for me throughout the times that I don't trade. I'll trade New York session, but if you guys want to trade throughout the day, whoever's really good at the strategies during certain time periods will be trading my capital. So just keep that in mind. So I don't really do one-on-one mentoring ships anymore. I'm moving towards the prop firm stage of things. But we're just, we're working on regulation right now with certification for me to move to that point. So that's why I just don't have time for it as much. Okay, let me scroll up real quick. Gallo said, I'm here now. Watch out, folks. Young Prince is returned. Yeah, no, Gallo finally made it in. All right, Gallo, welcome. Sabra is asking, how do you know what strategy to implement when watching the charts? Also, the one strategy you prefer over the other. So basically, during the morning session when we scalp, Sabra, what I'll do is I'll mark up charts here on the 10-minute. I won't enter on the 10-minute here. I'll just mark this up for the bias so I can see which direction price is going. Then I go on the 3-minute and the 1-minute and I scalp within the move. Like right here is a full move for a 10-minute scalp, but right here on the 3-minute and 1-minute, this is where I do the scalps within this. So basically we have a bullish bias, right? We're looking for a buy because we technically have a bullish position running here on the 10-minute. So looking at this here, I'll be looking for buys here on the 3-minute and buys here on the 1-minute. The two main strategies that I apply are the K2 US 30 1-minute pivot scalp, and the same thing with 3-minute here. I'm looking for the 3-minute scalp here as well. So if you guys aren't familiar with these strategies, this is going to be the K US 30 3-minute pivot scalp. So for here, you want to confirm a valid K2 momentum signal to confirm price is breaking and closing past K2 pivots 3 and 4, or so this is 2A, or 2B, confirm price is above K2 pivots for a buy or below for a sell. So this is pretty much the strategy right here. I mean, it's a very simple strategy. Since we're looking for a buy here, what I'm looking for is for price to close above the pivots like this right here, right? So if I go back and rewind this over here, this is one of the main strategies that I like to apply. Basically, since we're looking for a buy here on the 10-minute, I'm only looking for a buy here on the 3-minute, right? So for example, right here, we confirm a valid K2 momentum signal. Right here, we have a valid buy signal. Reason for it being valid is that we have a green momentum signal here, and the candle is a green candle. So it's green and green. That's a valid momentum signal upwards. With that said, we have requirement number 1. For requirement number 2, you want to confirm price is breaking and closing past K2 pivots 3 and 4. As you can see right here, this candle right here is breaking past these 2 pivots 3 and 4, and it's also closing above it, right? So with that said, I enter a long position right here. I set that to 25.50. I let it run. And what do you know, full TP, right? So that's what I'm applying right here. This is basically how I apply the strategies here, Sabra. This is what I'm looking for on the 3-minute, and same with the 1-minute over here. I'm doing the same exact thing. It's just on the it's just on a shorter time frame, right? So instead of the 3-minute, it's going to be the 1-minute. The difference is just, you know, TP stop loss changes. So like, for example, same situation here. You know, I'm looking for a valid momentum signal. So I'm over here looking for a valid momentum signal. You know, I'm looking for price to break and close past K2 pivots. Right here, price is already above the pivots. So this doesn't apply. 2A doesn't apply. For 2B, we want to confirm price is above the pivots for a buy or below for a sell. So looking at this right here, it's above it. So we mark that up right there. We do 10:30. We let this run. And actually, we got out of this early because we entered like down here. So it technically like barely hit it, and then it came back down. So this is the strategy that I apply. I usually like to go on the 3-minute, but if there's nothing on the 3-minute, then I go down to the 1-minute over here. So that's the one that we just took. But market is moving kind of funky right now. So, you know, it kind of just depends on what, what is available at the time, right? So if there's nothing here on the 3-minute, like what I'm going to do, I'm going to look on the 1-minute because I'm not just going to let these trades pass me by. But yeah, I mean, those are pretty much the main strategies I use. I usually mark it up on the 10-minute, like I said over here. And then when I have the bias here, like I'm like, oh, it's going to be going for a buy. Then I'll look on the 3-minute and I'll look for entries at this point. And then same with the 1-minute as well. With the way that the market's moving right now, I'm like a little careful, right? Even though there's entries available, I'm not really taking all of them, or I mean, even any of them at all. So we got a possible buy right here on the 1-minute. T4 already. I need to close. No entry. So we need this to close right here. You can see how the market's not really moving smoothly at all, right? It's kind of just pushing up and it kind of dies down a bit. That's usually where you don't want to trade, because when the market's moving like that, volatility is very low, and you can get caught in a lot of reversals or whipsaws and stuff like that. So just, you know, keep that in mind. So if we don't have any entries from now until 8, I'm probably just going to call it a day. I'm happy with my profits for the day. Made about 2,000 for the day. So, you know, it's not really a big deal. So, you know, going back to what I was mentioning to you guys yesterday, you know, depending on what your guys' goals are, just set a profit target goal, right? Like, for example, if you want to make, so like one of the main goals here is for people to make 6 figures, right? If you want to make 6 figures, just go to 100,000, type in 100,000, divide that by 12, divide that by 4. So 12 out of 12 months, 4 out of 4 weeks out of the month. and then by 5. So each day you only need to make 416 in profit, right? That's very easy. You guys just need to take 1 or 2 trades with us here during the morning session, and then you guys can lock that in. Looking at my profits for the day, on average, I probably make like 1,000 to like 7,000. I mean, depending on where I'm at, right? So like, for example, yesterday, I locked in a total of 7,000 because I had 4,000 on this account and then I had 3,000 on this account. It was actually higher, it's closer to 8,000 mark. But today I locked in about 1,000, right? Because I made about 500 here and then I made 690 there. So about 1,200, right? So if I do the math here, so I'm just going to show you guys our consistency because we rarely lose here. So 1,200 times 5. So 5 days out of the week times 4 weeks out of the month, times 12, there's 12 months in the year. This will yield me a total of 288,000. So if I just stay consistent and I avoid bad trades and I avoid, risky market conditions, you can easily make 6 figures if you just stay consistent. And this is just from today's profits where I only took like 1 trade and it hit, right? If you take more trades, like you can see here, if you go over here to the, to everyone's profits, every day I post everyone's profits. So if you scroll here and see what everyone else is making, like, for example, like Sisu, he made about 5,000 yesterday, right? Patricia, she made about 3,000 yesterday. Like everyone here varies by the profits, but they're consistent. You can see that their profits are posted every day and they're very consistent. Every day it's always around the same range. Like Martin over here, he just signed up to K2, he made 500. If his goal is to make 6 figures, that's actually really easy. Because if you make 500 a day times 5 days out of the week, times 4 months out of the year, 12 months out of the 4 weeks out of the month, 12 months out of the year, that's 6 figures right there. It's 120,000. So just keep that in mind, guys. Just look at the long-term goal. Don't be too focused on making a lot of profit one day, because if you take too much risk, you can easily blow all that, and then I'll just send you back to recovery mode. So yeah, it's 647 right now. Still looking for an entry here. There's no entry that's available yet. This market is trash right now. All right. Anyways, going back to this over here. Nice. Charles too. So Charles is up 1,000. So you can see right here, Charles too, he's up, he's halfway to his 10K, no losses, right? Our main key here is a consistency, right? I want to make sure that you guys are as consistent and as accurate as possible. The main key is not to lose. The main key is not to make huge profits. A lot of people, they focus on making like these big wins so that they can show it off. That's cool, but the main key here is risk management. It's about not taking losses and avoiding losses when possible. So just keep that in mind. Nice work, Charles. So great profits amongst everyone here. So let me see what else we got over here. Yeah, exactly, Cal. So Cal said patience, right? Patience, definitely. Yeah, exactly, Peter. So like Peter, like I just mentioned earlier, so Peter just mentioned, don't forget to add FTMO's percentage to those figures. Like, so for example, here, if you're trading FTMO, like majority of us here, you're probably locking in like maybe 3,000 on average a day, right? 1,000 to 3,000. So I'll just do 1,000. That's probably easier. 1,000 a day. You multiply that by 5. That's 5 days out of the week. Multiply it by 4. This is 4 weeks out of the month, right? FTMO takes the percentage. So you take 70% of that, multiply that by 70%. Your take home is going to be 14,000. You multiply it by 12 months out of the year. You're still up about 168,000 for the entire year, right? And that's pretty solid. Just trading New York session with me in the morning. You can obviously scale that as you get a bigger account. I trade 200K accounts, so obviously I make more profit than others. But if you guys have that big of account, you can easily do that as well. Al is asking, what is the proper lot size for 25K account? Depends on your broker, Al. So I'm not sure who you're trading with. Are you trading with FTMO or are you trading with Funding Talent? If you're trading with Funding Talent, I have never used them before, so I don't know what their valuation looks like. So I can't really answer for Funding Talent. If it's FTMO, I can answer for that. But if you could confirm exactly, which broker you're using, I can probably help you. But if you're using anything other than FTMO, I probably can't really answer the question because I don't use Funding Talent at all. Kip said, when we get closer to the all-time high, does that affect the movement and trades? It does sometimes, Kip, depending on where the all-time high is. If you're talking about the very all-time high, or if you're talking about the daily, they vary dramatically, right? If it's the all-time high of like of record, then yeah, it'll probably affect it because a lot of people are betting on that same area, right? Some people are betting that it's going to come down. Some people are betting that it's going to go up. It just really depends. But on the daily, it's not as strong. For TD Ameritrade, you probably want to ask them yourself because it depends on which symbol you're trading to. I don't know what you're trading. Are you trading US 30? Are you trading Forex? Because there's no US 30 on there. You're probably trading the future. So depending on which future you're trading, are you trading YM? Are you trading MYM? Are you trading the S&P future ES? Yeah, just be a little more specific with like what you're trading. But I think you should probably just ask them directly because each symbol is worth different. I mean, there's no proper lot size. You'd have to base it off your percentage. You want to risk about maybe 1 to 2% per trade. So, oh, sorry. Let me go over here. So this is a 1 minute scalp right here, guys. If anyone wants to enter this, okay, why not? I'm already in it right here. Anyways, but yeah, going back to what I was just saying, your lot size is going to vary by asset. It's also going to vary by, I mean, like whatever you plan on trading, right? Because you can trade US 30. The future symbol for US 30 is going to be YM, but there's YM, which is the standard contract, and there's also MYM, which is the mini contract. So it just, it's going to depend on what you're trading. So I think you should probably just ask TD Ameritrade directly because they'll have the actual numbers, set out for you. So Forex, that's even different. So if you're trying to trade Forex, I mean, each Forex pair is weighed differently. So you probably want to go ask them yourself directly or use a position size calculator, right? So I think you should probably use a position size calculator to get the exact lot size, but it's not going to be linear. Every asset is measured differently. So just keep that in mind. I think they have a position size calculator on their chart too. You can probably just put in their specific risk parameters. Yeah, no problem. All right, so going back over here real quick, there's no entry on the 3. Let me see what else is going on over here. Oh, crap! I accidentally closed this. Did I close over here? Oh, I closed the indexes that I had open. Let's see, indexes. Yeah, so market is like super risky right now, guys. If you guys decide to keep trading, trade at make sure that you use proper risk and don't over leverage. Also, don't over trade. Let me just check the fundamentals real quick, see what's going on over here. It's still pretty bullish overall, though. It's up 70 points right now. The retail traders are still on the short side. So you can see it shifting, right? It's going from like 60 to 61 to 62%. Some of these people are getting stopped out, and then they just get pulled out of the trade. So just just be careful if you guys decide to trade. I'll be on for another like 7 minutes or so. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, I think I'm done for the day, guys. This market today is just very it's just really risky. Like this thing is bouncing around so much where I just don't think it's safe to be trading, right? Looking at this here, so here's a 1 minute. It's pushing back up into profit. I'm probably going to pull out soon once it reaches TP. So once it reaches TP, or if it gets close to TP, I'll let you guys know if I pull out. I just don't feel comfortable in this market. I probably should have never even entered this position to begin with. It's just too risky of a market to be trading in right now, especially with everything that's been pushing around with OPEC going on today and all that. It's just, I just don't feel comfortable trading during these conditions. And like I mentioned before, guys, sometimes it's best to just be careful than to risk it just to make a couple more profits for the day. All right, so let's see what the bias is looking like. Yeah, retail traders still on the short side. Looking at the fundamentals over here, it's still up about 74 points. The futures side still up over here as well. Looking at the actual stock index over here, it's pretty up as well. So other than that, yeah, other than that, I don't really see anything else for us to be looking at. If you guys have questions, let me check the chat real quick, see what I'm missing over here. Stanley said, I see 20, 30 pip buys on all US 30 or all JPY pairs. Can you confirm that one? What do you mean by that, Stanley? So let me go over here real quick. Stanley said the JPY pairs. USD JPY. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. But yeah, guys, if you guys are still in the US 30 trade, or if you guys follow me into that trade, I recommend just pulling out when you guys making this profit. Because I just, the market is just it's kind of funky right now. So I'd prefer to just pull out and profit than to risk it. But anyways, looking at UJ over here, I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that, Stanley. Scroll over real quick. I'm trying to figure out to see, Stanley, sorry, I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that. Because you said, I see 20, 30 pip buys on UJ. So, well, the thing with this is this already, this was the entry right here for UJ. So it technically pushed up already. I don't know if there's a higher range there. Let me see real quick. All right, so going back to this right here, I just marked this up. It's actually at a resistance right now, Stanley. So I wouldn't really mess with it. If you took this trade right here, you probably would have hit TP already. I think that's what you meant, right? 20 pips. You said 20, 30 pips. I don't necessarily see anything here because it's literally at the resistance, it's at the weekly resistance. So if you did 20 pips right there, you would have hit TP already, and you would have been out. But I don't really, I wouldn't trade this because it's like literally at the weekly resistance right there. So let me see. So the buy over here, actually, it appeared over here in this area right here. So this would have been the buy right here. It's, let me see if there's any other zones here. And it looks pretty solid for the most part. But yeah, if you took the buy right here, this looks like this would have been the, either way, you still would hit your TP, right? If you're going for 200, I wouldn't enter it late. There's no entry available right now. If you entered right here, technically you could have entered this right here, right? Yeah, if you wanted to shoot up there, you could, but like I mentioned, there's a lot of news this morning. So I don't think it's something that you should really risk. But if you wanted to shoot for this, this would be the full move. Full move would probably be up here, like around 50 pips. But there's a couple other factors that I probably wouldn't have implemented not to take this trade. Like one reason why I wouldn't implement this trade here was because it's against the trend, right? Like I wouldn't have taken the buy here because it's below the pivots. The trend meter is also indecisive. There just isn't any entry that's available here. There is an entry, but it's a risky entry because you're going against the trend. So me personally, I wouldn't have taken this trade here. That's why I didn't call it. Generally you want to trade in the direction of where price is actually going. You don't want to, you can counter trend trade, but I've seen a lot of counter trend traders, they blow a lot of money doing this because they try to go against the trend. So I personally wouldn't have taken it, Stanley. If you want to, you can, but for me, this looks like a risky trade because check this out. If I saw this trade, when it first came out, it's below the pivots. The trend meter is also blue right here, indicating that it's indecisive. So this doesn't show me anything that it's going to push up from this point. It could push up based off the news because there was news coming up this morning right here. But other than that, everything's kind of pushing towards the downside, right? And if you look at all of the other JPY pairs, they're all bearish. So I probably wouldn't enter it. But I mean, if you want to, I mean, you can. But you can see right here, it's starting to reject off the pivot and it's starting to come back down. So looking at that there, I don't really see an entry off AJ right there for a buy. Here as well, this is already at resistance. So the entry would have been up here, but you wouldn't have enough space to take EJ at all because it's right at resistance. You only had 8 pips to push up from there. So I wouldn't take EJ. You also said KJ and CHF JPY. So CHF JPY right here, same situation. There's no entry available here for a buy. And lastly, right here for KJ JPY, there's no entry available here either because you need to wait for it to break and close past the structure. So I don't see any entries for any of these, Stanley, and they're all at resistance. So you can see it can easily bounce off this point right here. So I wouldn't take that right there. Same with this right here. I mean, it can do one of two things. It can break above. If it breaks above here, then yeah, I would take this for a buy because that'd be an entry. But it can easily bounce off this area too. So I wouldn't take CHF JPY. And then lastly, for odd JPY right here, this looks all right, but it's, you know, it's still a risky trade as well. So I wouldn't really mess with any of these right here, Stanley. I mean, if you want to send a chart, I can take a look, but I don't necessarily see anything here that that really like intrigues me to take this for a buy. So if you have an analysis and you might have marked up, you can send it to me and we can analyze it. But personally, I just don't see anything on my end, you know, regarding you know, this move right here. So going back to US 30, guys, it's swinging back up into profit. So if you guys are still in the trade, I'm still in it too. If you guys are still in it, I would just pull out and profit. It's got to pay attention to it here. Yeah, definitely, Kyle. Yeah, see you on Saturday, bro, for your wedding. So yeah, Kyle Beer is having his wedding on Saturday. Congrats to Kyle. I'll see you down there in San Diego, bro. I'm gonna head down tomorrow. So after the morning session tomorrow, I'll head down to San Diego. See what happens from there. So yeah, definitely. I'll see you on Saturday at your wedding. Let's see this real quick. All right. Anyways, going back to this over here. Yeah, so I guess we're all going to San Diego this week, right? Nice. Mark said, lived in San Diego for 7 years. Nice, Mark. Yeah, I love San Diego. I used to live right there in downtown. I lived in the gas lamp for a couple of years. I was there for about 5 years. And then I moved up to Orange County. So I'm up here now. But I definitely want to move back at some point. All right, let me just scroll up real quick and see if I missed anything else before we continue. But yeah, so Stanley, hopefully you got my analysis right there. I don't really see any entry there for those buys. All right, let me scroll up real quick and see what else I missed over here. Patricia said, not sure I would touch any trades right now. Yeah, exactly. Market has no volume. Exactly. I agree with Patricia right now, 100%. Yeah, Sam said pivots are flat as well. I agree. Yeah, super flat. Razul said, Shawn, can you show some of your profits from last month just to show some motivation? I mean, you guys can go back in the chat. All my profits are still up here, Razul. So if you go up, so we can go to like June 1, right? So we could go to June 1 and then you can see all the profit. Like my profits are not impressive, right? Because you guys already know that I'm going to do well regardless. What's more impressive is seeing other people's profits. So US 30 is back in profit, guys. I'm probably going to close out of it right now. I'm just going to, I missed it again. All right, I'm just going to close out of this position in profit right now because it's, and I just don't want to mess with it anymore. I'm kind of done with trading for today. So let me just set my TP real quick. 3, 4, oops, 3, 4. I'm just going to manually close it. And this thing is so volatile. 3, 4, 5, 9. Oh. I'm trying to close out of my my US 30 position. Let's see where it goes from here. like I kind of want to manually close it, but I don't want to be hit with these stupid commissions. All right, so I'm out of the trade, guys. I pulled out. I'm just not feeling the US 30 right now. If you guys want to pull out, feel free. If you guys want to hang on to it, that's your risk, right? I already advised you guys to pull out because I'm out of the trade. I'll send you guys my profits as well. But yeah, Razel, going back to what you just said earlier, I'll show you my profits. I'll do that real quick. So looking at this right here, I just went back to June 1st, right? If you scroll down from June 1st and just scroll down from here, you can see all my profits. So for this month, I made about, 1,000 right there, 1,000 right there, 1,000 right there, 1,000 right there. You can see my consistency, right? I rarely lose trades. Every day is pretty much all blue on my screen. That's June 2nd. It keeps going down. This is June 2nd right here as well, 3,000. 3,000 right there. So you can see the consistency with my trades, right? And what I was saying earlier, guys, is that this is, it's not impressive to see my profits because, the thing is, you guys know I'm going to do well because I'm very disciplined and I actually follow the strategies, how they're taught. I don't take any shortcuts, literally all wins right here, 6,000 right there. My other account, about 5,000 there, all wins. All throughout the month of June right here. So there you go, full TP off that 1 minute scalp for whoever held on to it. Big congrats to whoever held on to that trade. I'll give you guys another update in a group real quick. But yeah, going back to what I was just saying, Razul, my profits are not impressive because it's a given that I'm going to do well, right? I'm teaching you guys how to do this stuff. So if everyone else is doing well, then obviously, I'm going to be doing just as better. So what I see to be more impressive is if me showing you everyone else's profit. So looking here, I could go back to June 1st over here, Razul, and you can see everyone's profits from the month of June, right? So here's June 1st. Here's Stanley, right? Stanley's up 2,000, right? Stanley's up a couple $100 there. Sean's up about 200 there. And I could just scroll to any day in June, right? So I go to June 3rd, Sisu up 1,831. I go to June 7th, Roland up $1,000 right there. I go to June 8th, Jeff over here up 1,300. Go to June 9th, Rick over here up 1,000, right? So this should be as much motivation to you as anything else, because if you see like hundreds of people here profiting every day and you're the only person not profiting, the problem isn't the strategy, or it's not what we're doing here. It's just, the trader. So this should be as much motivation to you to be on the same level as everyone else here. Obviously, you're not going to be on the same level as me because my discipline, my skills with trading are a lot better than majority of people. But looking at everyone's profits here, if all these people are locking this much profit every single day, there's no reason for you not to be profitable as well. So this would be, this should be your motivation here, seeing everyone else's profits. And if you want to see everyone's profits, just go over here to any of the groups, the Trade Alerts group, and then just go to June, and you can see everyone's profits posted here in the public groups. So you can see everyone's profits right here, right? This would be your motivation right here, Razul. To continue pushing, because if everyone's killing it, there's no reason for you not to be killing it as well. Let's see, Patrick is asking, Shawn, is there a reason why you only use 2 pivots? Yeah, Patrick. So Patrick, I don't know if you're in here, but Patrick's asking, why do we use 2 pivots instead of 4? That's because the strategy only requires 2 pivots. It doesn't require all 4 pivots. So there's a specific strategy for everything. So just make sure you go watch all the strategy videos if you guys aren't familiar with it. Because, each strategy is slightly different. So let me see over here real quick. Is applied. All right, cool. So let's see, Funky over here. So let's see, Paul over here, he's up 1,763. Nice work, Paul. CC over here as well. So I'm not sure. Adrian said it hit stop loss right here. I mean, clearly it didn't hit stop loss. It hit CP. So I'm not sure what you're referring to right there. But yeah, CC over here, he's up 1,740. So So nice work, Sisu. Yeah, Sisu's up 1,700. Patricia's up 1,883. Yeah, so Patricia's done too. Roland here, he's up 62 bucks. Nice work, Roland. Jay over here, Jay caught that that move right there too. Big spike up. Yeah, Rick's asking if I'm going to trade on Monday. Probably not because it's a holiday. Harry over here, he locked in 580. Nice work, Harry. So Harry's about to be he's about to be done with his 100K challenge. So big congrats to Harry over here as well. Brittany over here, she's up 2,250. Nice work, Brittany. Charles over here as well. Charles is up. Damn, Charles is up 9,000 right here. He's up 9,044. Nice work, bro. So you guys can see here, I only took 2 trades today, but if you guys know the strategy and you guys know how to apply it yourself, you can make way more profit right here, right? Like way more profit. So definitely great work, Charles, right here. Jeff as well. Jeff's up about 1,000 for the day. Nice work, Jeff. He said he gave back 140 bucks. Yeah, no, definitely. So Jeff, he had like one small loss, I guess, and then he locked in those profits right there. Other than that, let's see Patricia too. Yeah, so Patricia's up 1,800. And I think that's it. So let me just go through the chat real quick. I'll answer the rest of the questions here. And then after that, I'm just going to be logging off because the market is just too risky for me to want to really trade in anymore today. So let me just scroll over real quick. Exactly. So Kip he just broke down the total right here. So Kip said $400 a day for 5 days a week. For 50 weeks, taking 2 weeks off, you can make 100K. So it's very easy to lock in that as well. Charles said, don't forget about taxes. Yeah, exactly. You know, once you guys learn the tax game, you know, I've been studying the tax game for a while, so I'm not going to say anything on here, but I do know the tax game. So the tax game doesn't really hurt me as much as it does other people. And I sent you guys a book too. So guys, if you guys are in the premium, I did send you guys a book here. So here's Albert. So Jason's up all wins right there. Nice work, Jason. Albert too. Albert's made 20 bucks right there. His other account 223. Nice work, Albert. So more profits are coming in. If you guys have profits you guys want to share, send them in the group and I'll add them to the list to be posted later today. But if you guys look here, just search in the Premium Trade Talk, Tax-Free Wealth. I actually shared this book with you guys a bunch of times. Here's the book right here. If you guys read this book right here, it'll pretty much show you the tax game. I mean, the basics of it. You know, obviously I'm more into complex stuff. As you know, as you start to make more money, you have to learn more about the tax game. But yeah, this book will give you a good intro and basics of like understanding the tax game and, you know, getting away with a lot of stuff legally. So if you guys are in the premium, just go to the Premium Trade Talk, type in tax-free wealth. I posted this like last December and you guys can just download the book here and check it out. It pretty much shows you the tax game. Here, let's see. Abraham's asking, I'm using funding talent 100K, have an 8K goal in 28 days. I'm about 750. Oh, nice. Abraham, you should be able to pass pretty easily. Donnie's asking, is the Dow ranging so far today? Yeah, for the most part, it's not really moving too much. Nice. Charles said he's working on becoming a CPA. Definitely. You could be our K2 tax account here. We had another account that was in the group, Sam. I don't know if Sam's still here. Sam Guzik. He was actually helping people here with taxes a while back. I think he kind of got busy with work around tax season. Sharon said if the account closes green, we can enter. Yeah, so that was what we were looking for. Well, not closing green, but we needed that buy signal right here. Sharon, this is what we were looking for, a green candle with that buy signal. With that said, we would have taken it and would have hit TP right there. Let's see. Nice. Paul said it made a quick 500 off the momentum entry. Done for the day. Won't be trading tomorrow due to major news. Also, I have to buy new equipment at the store for softball tournament. I have to call. Oh, nice, Paul. That's awesome, dude. Have fun with that this weekend. But yeah, so anyways, going back to what I just said, guys, you know, the market right now is too risky, so I'm not going to be trading anymore, but I'll be answering whatever questions I have here before I log off. Let's see. Nice. So Mark used to live in Chula Vista in Menifee near Temecula. Nice. Yeah, Chula Vista is nice. Menifee is something else though. It's way too hot out there. I was there over the weekend. I went wine tasting in Temecula. on Saturday. Eunice said pulled out with €3 profit. I mean, profit's profit. Maddie said estimate should have held on to it. You know, same here, Maddie. I pulled out early. I didn't even show you guys my profits. So let me just take a screenshot of my profits. I pulled out like really early. So I mean, I'm close to 1,000 for the day. So I mean, I'm not really complaining that much, but still, it would have been nice to make a little more. So let me just send you guys my profits real quick. All right, so this is what I made. I made about 866 over here, and then I made 930. So in total, I'm probably up close to 2,000, which is not horrible. I mean, it's not great, but it's not horrible either. So let's see. Locked in a little more profit off the 30 1 minute scalp. You guys actually locked in a lot more profit than me today, which is fine. You know, like I mentioned, guys, there's no competition here. I'm here to help you guys all be profitable. Like literally, there's abundance of wealth here, guys. Like you guys don't have to get upset if like you miss a trade or if you don't make as much profit as someone else. You know, profit's profit. You guys can see here, even myself, I'm teaching you guys the strategy here, but I'm still making less profit than you guys because I only took 2 trades. You know, it's all part of the game. It's all part of the game. The game here is to be consistently profitable and to not, you know, just don't over risk, don't over leverage, don't over risk. Make sure to survive to trade to keep trading, right? To just keep going. Let me see this real quick. I don't know if I copy this over. All right, cool. Kyle's asking what time you coming this weekend. I'll message you in a little bit, Kyle. But I'm coming tomorrow. So I'm coming tomorrow, like around the afternoon. I'm probably gonna hit up some gyms around there, around the downtown area, like tomorrow afternoon. So I'll be there tomorrow afternoon, Kyle. If you guys have anything pre-wedding, you know, just hit me up. I'll be around. I think you guys play basketball on the wedding day, right? Probably won't play basketball with you guys, but I'll bring my jersey. But yeah, I'll message you after this, Kyle, to confirm that. Stanley said he got stopped out. I don't think anyone here got stopped out. Stanley, I think he's the wrong stop loss. Stop loss is 30, not 25. William said KT is one of the best groups and most consistent I've seen. I'm sorry for showing bigger profits but when I combine K2 with Elliott wave theory, I do. Along with Stoch and RSI, it's a beautiful thing. Love scalping and love the rare longer runs every 2 weeks. Yeah, exactly, William. So William does, he trades Elliott wave and he trades like intraday. So, you know, he makes way bigger profits. For us, it's just, you know, I'm happy with my consistent smaller profits because they add up to big profits over time. But yeah, no, definitely great work on that, William, because you're still killing it. Maddie said, hey, Charles, my little brother. He really made 9 times more than me and he just started. Yeah, no, you guys are killing it, bro. Like you, Maddie, and your brother Charles over here. That's crazy. So Charles locked in some massive profit. Let me see this real quick. I want to make sure everything is in order over here. Yeah, so as you guys can see, a lot of families are starting to trade with us here. Like you can see like Donovan and Gallo over there. They're first cousins. They've been trading together. They've been killing it. Same with Charles over here. Charles made about 9,000 for the day. And then Charles's older brother, who is Maddie. Where's Maddie at? Yeah, Charles's older brother, who's Maddie. He locked in, I mean, his profits are here somewhere. Maddie locked in. And there's so many people here who locked in profit today. I can't even keep track of like who's who. But yeah, I'll check later. But anyways, definitely nice profit amongst everyone else over here as we continue. Let me scroll over here real quick. Miles said, once I pass my FTMO, I'm going to have to take a trip out of Cali to visit my family while I'm there. I'm going to thank you. Let me treat you to lunch. Yeah, definitely, Miles. You know, once you make your way out of Cali, we'll definitely link up over here. Yeah, Kirsten said K2's the best. Yeah, no, definitely. Thanks, Kirsten. Let's see, 100%. Nice. Yeah, Brittany said she trades here with 2 of her sisters. That's awesome. Yeah, so a lot of you guys here trade with your family. Like Patricia here, she trades with her son Robert. So you guys have seen both of them kill it. Like Patricia made about 1,800 here. And I think for our profits yesterday, we had a Roberts. There was somewhere over here. I mean, there's a lot of profits here. It's kind of hard for me to like siphon through all these profits because there's so many here, so many people here doing so well. I mean, I can't even find Robert here. There's so many people here who are profiting every day. But yeah, you know, it's good to see everyone's families here locking into profits. Even my little brother's here. I don't know if he's in here right now, but I know he's also locking in some profits with us as well. See, Gallo said we're having a big bank party, Shawn. Exactly right. We'll have a K2 meetup at some point, guys. Especially now that a lot of things are reopening. We'll definitely have a meetup at some point. Oh, EW. Okay, cool. So EW and Brittany are sisters. Nice. Yeah, you guys are both killing it. EW, you and your sister Brittany are like super on point. Yeah, so let's see, EW. Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to look up stuff, but like looking at the profits here, I know both of you guys have been super on point. So like Brittany over here, every day she's locking in like thousands of profits. So Brittany's the older sister over here. She's locking in about like 2,000, 3,000 a day. And then we got EW over here as well. I know she posted yesterday. Let me see if I could find her profits here. Yeah, there's just so many people here who profit every day. It's hard to keep track of what everyone's doing. I mean, whatever, but you guys get the the gist of it. Like everyone here is doing pretty well all together. So other than that, Sisuk as well. Sisuk locked in 2,220. Nice work, Sisuk. He said, all right, I lied. I held that 1 minute, but he was out. Great work, Sisuk. Let's see if there's anything else over here real quick. Nice. Maddie said he just locked in another 900 bucks. Congrats, bro. Let's see. B-Show is asking, hello, what time do you go live? I go live every day on New York Stock Exchange Open, which is 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. Yeah, definitely. No problem, Gactive. Glad to see you locked in some profits off that. Yeah, you probably missed the QD. I mean, we all profited off that trade already. So I'll go over the profits for today. So let's go over here to the save messages. You guys can see the timestamp right here where it says today. Hold up. Patricia sending me some more profits. So let me just add this to the group. Patricia said, now I'm done for the day. Thanks, Shawn. So Patricia over here, she locked in a total of 1,953. Nice work, Patricia. So going over everyone's profits for the day, Patricia locked in 1,953. Sisuk locked in 2,220. You can see Albert here. He locked in 223. Albert on his other account, he made 20 bucks over here. Jason locked in about, I think, 3,000 right there. His profit loss was 3,103. Nice work, Jason. Jeff over here, he's up 823. Charles is up 9,044. Nice work. Brittany's up 2,250. Harry here is up 580. Roland's up 62. So you guys can see these are all different people in K2. There's like hundreds of people here profiting every day. You know, our premium group has about like 500 members. So everyone here is profiting. Every single person is profiting every day. Patricia over here again, 1,800. Sisu 1,700. Paul up 1,763. Charles is up 1,034. Semtex is up about 400 right there. Twan's up about 171. Actually, Twan just sent me more profits. Yeah, so Twan over here actually made it up. So he was up about 700. Looks like Twan is now up 800 on one account. The other account, he's up 200. And his other account, he's up 200 as well. So he's up in total about a little over 1,000. So nice work, Twan. Let me scroll up a little more. Here's William over here. He's up like 16,000. Nice work, William. Jay over here, he's up about 784. Man, everyone here is killing. You guys can see these are all different people. Miles is up 111. Patricia again, 1,400. Kyle up 282. Rick over here up 713. Twan up at 788 right there. Jason, his other accounts, 2,800, 2,400. Raheel over here up 240. Brittany again, 1,000 right there. Rick right here up 198. Sisuk again, 1,140. Jerry up 1,818. Twan again over here, 373. 151 right there. Another Harry over here, 746. His full account right here, he took like, dang, dude, he took like 20 trades. He took all these trades right here. Unfortunately, he had a couple losses above, but he still wrapped up the day about 800 in profit. Kirsten over here up 52. Lamar over here up 100 bucks. Josh over here up 600 bucks. So definitely great work amongst everyone here. That's just for today. And everything here is looking pretty solid for the most part. Tam as well. Oh no, so that's it right there. Charles said, hasn't even been full day since I started the EFTMO, and I only need 5K to pass the challenge. Strategy is crazy. Yeah, no, definitely, Charles. So definitely, I'll be watching out for you, bro. Because you're killing. You're making better than your brother. Doing pretty good. All right, guys. So I think that's it for right now. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the group. I mean, otherwise, I'm probably going to be calling it a day. Let's see. Kenny said we can all get together in Nashville, Tennessee as a group. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, so what happened last year, guys, was COVID. So we were supposed to travel around, me and the K2 group, and meet with the rest of the K2 members. Now that COVID is starting to lift, then we're probably going to start traveling around, if not this year, maybe next year. So we'll definitely take a trip out there to Nashville. Kenny, I've always wanted to go see what's out there. We'll definitely have trips all over the place to meet with all the K2 members located in different areas, because all you guys are located all throughout the world, and it'd be cool to actually meet up with you guys. So our goal here is make as much profit as possible so that when we do meet up, it'll definitely be a lot of fun. Yeah, EW said Hawaii. Yeah, sure, we'll go to Hawaii. We'll go everywhere. Let me just scroll over here real quick and see what Hamidi said. Show the Pat New Rude Shawn what she buy last month. Hamidi's asking, all the new people need to see that and know, just come in with the mindset that you're going to profit and don't see what other people are doing to make it. Yeah, exactly, guys. So, as you guys look here at everyone's profits, so guys, there's no reason for you guys to be looking at what other people are making and then compare it to yourself, right? As long as you guys are profitable, that's all that matters, right? So like Tuan over here, he trades Euro NZD and US 30. I only trade US 30. So everyone here trades different things. Patricia here, she trades mostly US 30 in Bitcoin. So all of her trades here are US 30. And she's taking 20 trades here. For me, I only took 2 trades today. And it doesn't matter if you take a little bit of trades, you take a lot of trades, you can still profit. And it doesn't matter if you make a big profit or a small profit, it still adds up. Like Tuan made 200 here. His other account, he made 800 here, right? So it just depends on what you guys are trading. But you guys just got to keep in mind that there's no competition here, right? As long as you guys are profitable and you guys are continuing to grow your account, that's the main focus here for everybody. So let me check this real quick and see if I'm missing anything else. Nice. Jason said, remember Jamaica trip? Oh yeah, no, definitely. We're definitely taking a Jamaica trip out there, Jason, because we have a lot of traders here from Jamaica. So we'll definitely link up with you out there, bro. Tyler over here said first profitable day. Nice. So Tyler, he locked in 225 here, his first profitable day so far. So I know, just come prepared, Tyler. It's not the first day. It's going to keep coming. It's going to be pretty consistent moving forward from here. Yeah, no, we'll definitely come to UK too as well, Kirsten. 100%. Yeah, there's a lot of UK traders here in K2. So we'll definitely be meeting with you guys as well. J20 said, hi, Shawn, which broker you guys using for one lot? I mean, there's different brokers that people are using. J20, it's not just one broker. I'm using FTMO. So we're for FTMO, we use their mini lots. So a 10 lot here is actually a 1 lot for a standard broker. So, I mean, depends on what broker you're looking at, right? It looks like a big lot size here, but this is really just a 1 lot, or it might not even be a 1 lot. I think this might be a 0.10 lot. So, I mean, depending on what broker you're using, it doesn't really make a difference which broker for a 1 lot, because that 1 lot changes. If you're using a mini lot broker, then it's going to be a 10 lot. If you're using a standard lot broker, it'll be a 1 lot, right? It just depends on what you're looking at, Jay. So I think you gotta figure out what broker you're using, because it doesn't really matter which. So if you're using a broker like Hugo's Way, then 1 lot's gonna be different from FTMO, because FTMO uses a mini broker, like a mini lot broker. So I mean, it doesn't matter what everyone else is using. I think you just got to figure out what way your broker measures US 30. If they measure it in mini lots, then you'll use a 10 lot. If you're using a standard broker, then it'll be a 1 lot. But even if you're using a 1 lot, you can't trade a 1 lot on Hugo's Way unless you have like 100K in your account, right? Or 10K. I'm not sure if it's 100K or 10K, but each pip, like a 0.01 on Hugo's Way, is going to be a lot different. Oh, nice, Rev. Definitely. Yeah. Hopefully Kirsten's doing well. So yeah, definitely. I'll see you, Rav and Kirsten, hopefully tomorrow if I'm online. If not, then, I'll see you guys on Monday. So have a great weekend. I'll see you guys then. Definitely. Kel said come to Florida. Yeah, no, 100% we'll come to Florida too. So there's a lot of places here where you guys are located. We'll definitely come out to Nashville, come out to Florida, come out to West Australia for Yonan over there. Yonan's got the beers. So beers on Yonan once you make a trip out there. But yeah, going back to your question, Jay, I mean, it depends on your broker, right? If I use FTMO, so I'm using a 10 lot, but this is really just a 1 lot. It's not really a 10 lot because they use mini lots. I don't use 1 lot, so I'm not sure which one are you referring to, but let me see. So like Tyler's using a 1 lot here. This is technically like a 0.10 or a 0.01. So it varies from broker to broker, depending on which one you plan on using. Let's see. Nice. William said, if you ever come to London, I'll look after you. Best restaurants and any sites you want to see. Definitely, William. I'll definitely see you out there, bro, once we come out there. Okay, gotcha. So Jay said that he's using BD Swiss. So I think BD Swiss, they use a mini lot. So the 0.01 lot for them is compared to a 0.01 for Hugo's Way. So that's a difference. But I think BD Swiss is kind of similar to IC markets. So they use mini lots as well. That's why the lot size differential is a little different. Let's see. If Meaty said one thing. The new Jeep she buys. Sorry for typing. Yeah, no, it's fine. Meaty. So like, yeah, looking at Patricia over here. So if you guys look at my conversation with Patricia, she sends me her profits every day, right? You can see how consistent she is. So Patricia is definitely going to be on our prop traders here at K2. So looking at this here, these are her profits for today. She made about 1,900. You guys can see how much she trades. Like she trades Bitcoin, she trades US 30. Those are the main things she trades. But she's very consistent. Every single day she sends me her profits. 3,000 there, 8,000 there. The day before that, 7,000 there. She's very consistent with all of her profits here, right? So yeah, I think this is who Media was referring to. And yeah, she just bought a Jeep recently. Trading with us here. So definitely, it pays to be consistent. So definitely great work by Patricia here. And that's who Media was referring to. Let's see real quick. Sam said, wow, just noticed the 10-minute is still active. Yeah, no, I think wow, it's still active. Yeah, so this is why I got out of the trade, guys. It's still technically active right now. So Sam just noticed that it is still active. Yeah, I mean, we'll see where it goes from here, but I'm done trading for the day. So I think that's it for the day, guys. I don't see any other questions here in the group. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out to me on Telegram or email me. I have about 200 emails to get through, so it's going to take a while for me to get around to everybody, but I'll definitely answer your question when I get around to it. So if you message me or send me an email, just allow like maybe 1 or 2 days for me to respond to you, because I do have a ton of messages to get to. But other than that, I think we're done for the day. So we'll be wrapping up the week for tomorrow. Tomorrow's NFP. I don't think I'm going to be trading, but I'll try to go on live for you guys, just so that we can look at it to see if there's anything good worth taking. If I don't go live tomorrow, I'll let you guys know ahead of time. But other than that, I think we're done for the day. So have a great morning, guys. If you guys decide to trade, I recommend you guys don't trade. But if you guys decide to trade, remember to use proper risk and to not overtrade. If you guys don't need to trade, I recommend just not trading at all, because the market is definitely not forgiving today. So other than that, I'll catch you guys later, and I'll see you guys in the chat. Have a great rest of your morning, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I'll see you guys on Monday. So see you guys, and have a great rest.